The smile on my face tells you the story of my total excitement after Raw went off the air. And yes, I am wearing the t-shirt for the occasion as well. Yes, my friends! After basically a year, my boy, my hero, my inspiration, Randy Orton, is finally making his comeback to WWE after being gone for so long, man. You guys have no idea how long I have just been suffering through, just watching through these editions of Raw and SmackDown without my guy Randy Orton, but basically there. Sure, I've got Seth and Cody and all those other people to really be happy for, but Randy Orton was just the piece that was missing. And I feel so bloody happy. It's the first time I legitimately felt excitement. And you guys just have no idea. Like, you guys just have no idea. Like, it's been so long since Randy's been gone, and I feel so happy that he is finally returning to WWE. It just makes me so happy to see him back. Monday Night Raw, the way they handled the build-up to Randy Orton, you know, I wish SmackDown did the same thing. The way they handled Cody's team getting the 5th member did not require them going around talking to people and then the Judgment Day beating them up. It wasn't that hard. The way Monday Night Raw did the whole pick your 5th member was done way better than the one with Becky Lynch. They made it so basically obvious it was Becky Lynch just by just having Bianca talking to Mia and Zelina and then Damage Control beating them up, which ultimately I find hilarious because Bayley told them to go get themselves an extra partner so then they can have the Wargames match. Yeah, how fickle, huh? Go get yourself another member. Every time they talk to someone, they're gonna beat up the person they talk to. Yeah, so much for telling them to go find a partner. Hey there, Bayley. But this was just done way, way, way better. This was done way better. And personally, this is how you should build suspense to basically revealing a partner. This is how you do it. But as I said, on SmackDown, they made it way too obvious it was Becky. And they just made it way too obvious. They made it way too damn obvious it was Becky. They weren't trying. They just weren't trying to hide the fact that it could be Zelina. It could have been Mia. It could have been anyone. Like it could have literally been anyone. Instead they were just like, well, we basically don't have anybody. They were like, oh, Mia Yim and Zelina Vega are the only baby faces we have, so let's just have Damage Control take them out, yada yada yada. But seeing Randy Orton back now gets me excited again. Randy Orton versus Gunther for the Intercontinental title. A match I've always wanted to see. Randy and Gunther. A match I've always wanted to see. Randy Orton versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I know they've fought each other before, but they've rarely ever fought each other. I'd like to see them actually have a full-time feud. Randy Orton versus Finn Balor is a match I like to see. Randy versus Damian. I don't want him in a long-standing feud with the bloody Judgment Day. That's the only problem with me wanting to see him fight Finn and Damian and Dominic and JD is the fact that he could just be in a long permanent rivalry with in a long-standing rivalry with them, which nobody wants to see. I know I love Rhea Ripley, but fans have been saying for ages that no one has the balls to hit Rhea Ripley. We all know Randy wouldn't hesitate to RKO Rhea Ripley. We've seen him RKO Nia Jax. RKO Alexa Bliss, RKO Stacy Keibler. I remember him RKOing someone else, but it's kind of drawn a blank in my head. I remember him doing it to somebody else. I think my head's gone blank. But yeah, he's done it to he's RKO'd fair share of women, and I think Randy Orton giving that RKO to Rhea Ripley is going to get a pretty massive pop from the audience, especially if he's going to face Dominic Mysterio. And also now he can contend with the now heel-turned Drew McIntyre, who had a really good explanation to why he turned heel. And I loved Jey Uso's expression on his face. I loved his expression on his face when he realized Cody Rhodes was bringing back when Cody Rhodes was bringing back Randy Orton. He had that look on his face. He had that oh crap look on his face, because Jey Uso knows he was responsible alongside Roman and Jimmy Uso, who basically, you know, were the ones responsible to Randy's injury in the first place. Seth and Sami were all for Randy Orton being involved, while Jey Uso is the only one feeling concerned. Is this where Jey Uso reveals his true colors and actually does turn his back on Cody? Because now he feels like, now that he feels like, oh crap, they're bringing back the guy that I put on the shelf. I'm not saying Jay's gonna turn heel or anything, but this could be where he's like, whoa guys, you shouldn't be bringing back the guy that I hurt. Like, you all know that I injured him. If there was one guy I wanted to see Cody Rhodes win the tag team titles with, it was Randy Orton. I feel like that is something I want to see. I would like to see Cody and Randy kind of reform Legacy. Sure, Ted DiBiase won't be there, but kind of like just have it as those two. They have a little small run with the tag team titles, and then Cody goes off and does his thing with Roman Reigns, and then who does Randy face at WrestleMania? Who does Randy face at WrestleMania? That's actually a really good question. I'd like to see him fight Gunther for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. Just my personal preference, just my personal preference. But I would also like to see Randy get one more run as world champion as well. But I guess we will see in due time where they go with it. But man, what an early Christmas present for me. It's only November and I get a really early Christmas present by Triple H. He gives me Randy Orton. Well, I haven't been a fan of Triple H's booking, but I will say thank you, Triple H, for bringing back Randy Orton. And I hope that he books him with the absolute most respect when he comes back. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me for this video, guys. I am super excited for the return of Randy Orton, and I hope you guys are super excited as well. And I'll see you all in the next video.